So we've got George Clooney, Julianne Moore, Suburbicon. George, talk a little bit about, I mean, you don't direct that often. What was it about this project that excited you?
The opportunity to direct. No, it was, this was a screenplay that has been around for 30 years and been
since before we were born.
Yes.
Yes.
I just was born.
Yeah,
I was one.
Born? I don't think I was born yet.
No, you were not.
No.
As I remember,
yeah.
You were not born.
That's right.
And I dug it out and dusted it off and found a way to get it made. Went to the boys and asked them if it was okay, and they said sure. And then I called or texted two of my favorite actors in the world, and they both said yes. So I feel incredibly lucky.
Well, obviously, you don't want to give too much away, but Julianne, kind of just like introduce us to the film and who your character is in the movie.
I play twins, sisters that live in the same house that end up both being involved with the same man. It's kind of awkward.
It's awkward.
Yeah, yeah, and we're in a house in the suburbs, kind of a typical 1950s family, and with a lot of people making terrible choices about their lives.
Yeah, very flawed people making very bad choices all the way.
There is a political theme. I mean, obviously, but this is a thriller, right? So growing up for you guys, what was a movie that was really intense for you as a kid that kind of still...
Oh my God, The Omen.
Oh, The Omen was terrible.
Oh my God, I was so scared. I was so scared.
There was a bunch of those that all came out. The Exorcist came out.
Yeah.
And The Exorcist, there was a great story that people forget. It was part of the ad campaign. A woman had died in line going to see the
having a heart attack.
She had a heart attack. And so then everywhere, all the ad campaign was, if you see The Exorcist, you could have one. And I snuck in at 13, which, by the way, you shouldn't see that movie.
Yeah.
And all I kept thinking was, I'm going to have a heart attack when I see this film. It's great advertising.
Yeah.
Julianne, obviously over the course of your career, you've worked with some amazing directors. We're not quite sure if the one you're with right now, if his talent set, but what makes a good director? I mean, obviously he's comfortable with actors, but how at ease?
The most important thing a director has to have, they have to have the vision of their film. They have to know what they want and be able to execute it. That is the number one most important thing. And George has that in spades. He knew exactly what he wanted. He knew how he wanted to achieve it. He gathered a great crew around. He did everything every decision he made facilitated his vision. And so that's truly what makes.
When did you guys first meet?
Oh man, probably the late '80s, maybe. Probably
just
when you were born.
Just when I was right after I was born.
Probably the '90s.
No, it was the early '90s because that's when I first moved to LA. And I think we met at a party.
And you have two kids, and somebody else in this conversation is about to have two kids. Have you given any advice? What does George need to know about being a good parent?
Yeah, what do I need to know?
He doesn't need to know anything. If he swaddles those babies the way he swaddled us on set every day, he's going to be an amazing dad.
Let me just tell you this. Let me just tell you, all other directors working with these guys, baby powder.
That's right. Nobody has ever wrapped us up the way he wrapped us up.
Baby powder.
Yeah.
Yeah.